Yeah? This is real. This is practical. Talk about peace. This is it.
It's okay, it's okay, it's alright. Peace solution, the only way.
My name is Clement Osei Ayi, and I'm going to be your MC for today. And I also double as the JP to the Peaceful Character Education Foundation, on whose wings this program is birthed. And I would like to welcome all of you to the maiden edition of the National Character Education Quiz. Before I start, let me just give a brief introduction to the whole program. The National Character Education Quiz is a competition for JHS students with the aim of teaching the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program, that is the PSCEP, as a tool for positive character development. It is a project by the Peaceful Character Education Foundation, and being a participant of the NCEQ will give both students and teachers an opportunity to learn in diverse ways of building a strong positive character. It presents an opportunity to learn a lot of practical ways to solve common societal and national problems. The school benefits from having young students and teachers alike with strong positive moral values, which will have a ripple effect of changing the hearts and minds of not only the participants, but the entire teacher and student body. With the NCEQ, students and pupils can become directly involved in the propagation of positive character, as well as trained to become peer instructors who will go on to teach the simple concepts of the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program to other students and their communities at large. Anybody can complain about the moral decadence, religious crisis, community clashes, and the corruption plaguing our country. However, those who seek to do something to change the situation for the better are the true leaders. The NCEQ program of the Peaceful Character Education Program seeks to make such leaders of our younger generation, with students getting actively engaged in positive character development through character education. It is easy to see a brighter future for our nation and indeed our world 10 or 20 years down the line. As an extra incentive, the winning school and participants shall be awarded and presented with a variety of prizes and made ambassadors of the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program. The maiden edition of the competition, of which we are all witnesses to, is taking place at Rising Sun Montessori School, Dome, from today, the 13th of November, to the 14th of November 2018. And originally, it was supposed to feature 9 schools, and there was going to be 4, or there is going to be 4 competitions in all. The first 3 competitions being the group stages, and then the winners of each of the group stages will now compete for the final and then the ultimate prize. So the schools which were built originally to participate are Faithful Grace School, Sky High School, Rising Sun Montessori School, Start Right School, Calvary School, Supreme Standard School, GAEC School, Educare School, and then Nisi International School. But due to some problems along the line, 2 schools have bowed out because they were not prepared enough to participate. And they are Supreme Standard School and Educare School. So we are going to have 7 schools instead of 9 schools. So what's going to take place is, for the first round or the first group, we are going to have 3 schools compete, and then the next 2 rounds, there are going to be 2 schools competing, because one of the schools from each of the groups have bowed out of the competition. And with that said, let me give some credence and honor to our sponsors. This program wouldn't have been possible, or maybe it wouldn't have been as it is now, without the help of these organizations. And the first is Nexans Cable Metal Limited. For all your quality electrical cables, Nexans cables are made to meet the highest standard right here in Ghana, and you can count on them for your quality electrical products. The next is Ghana Air Premier, and you can add them electrical home appliances, gadgets, everything IT. Just as the name suggests, contact them for your IT equipment and needs. Then we have Nextville Soft Limited. For all your software needs, Nextsoft says your success is their goal. And iBitsoft Limited for all Microsoft Dynamics and AV software needs. Also, our media partners, Ike FM 95.4, located out of Angkor, Ejaheba, Opsit Jonte Memorial School. They are actually streaming this program live on their network, and you can follow them or listen to them on Ike FM online radio at www.ike954fm.listentomyshow.com, just as you will see on their banner right behind you. And also Modern Ghana website and TuneIn radio. For more information, you can call 0242-273751. Also, we have Awake News Online. We thank our sponsors very much for making this program a success. And with a very huge applause, let's welcome on stage our quiz mistress for the day. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Miss Thelma Tete. I am both a student and a teacher of the PSCEP, and today I shall be your quiz mistress. This morning's contest, we are dealing with 3 schools: Faithful Grace School, Sky High School, and Rising Sun Montessori School. So let's meet the contestants. Faithful Grace is represented by
Emmanuel Adobuati.
Priscilla Alate.
Okay. And Sky High School is represented by
Omoworiola Pleasure.
And our host school, Rising Sun Montessori School, is represented by
Rich Love and Ponsa.
Nana Joa Jamefi.
Okay, now there will be 4 rounds in this contest. Round 1 is the question and answer segment. Round 2 is the presentation segment. Round 3 is the poetry and drama segment. And if after tallying round 1, 2, and 3 we don't have a winner, then we'll have to go to round 4 for the tiebreaker segment. Okay? Okay, so we shall proceed with round 1. Now in round 1, you are to answer a main question correctly for 3 points in 45 seconds. An incorrect answer will be passed on as a bonus to be answered in 15 seconds for 1 mark. Okay? Okay, so we shall move on from there. And please, when I finish reading the question, the bell will be sounded to indicate that you can now start answering. When the bell is rung again, it means your time is up. So, can we please hear the sound of the bell? I hope that's clear. Okay, now let's proceed. So, we will start with Faithful Grace School, your main question. I do my chores. A. Only when there is someone to check up on me. B. If I think I'm going to get into trouble. C. Because it is the right thing to do.
C, it is the right thing to do.
That's correct for 3 points. Okay, Sky High School, your main question. I do my homework. A. When there is nothing great on TV. B. If I remember. C. Because education is important.
C, because education is important.
That's correct for 3 points. Okay, Rising Sun. If my friends try to talk me into doing something wrong, I would A. Go along with them because they are my friends. B. Pretend to agree with them so that they won't stop being friends with me. C. Be truthful and say, I'm not interested.
Be truthful and say you will not do a C.
That's correct for 3 points. Okay, now with this part, there is no possible answers. I just only want a specific answer or an answer similar or close to the main answer. So, Faithful Grace, self-control is the foundation of
It's the foundation of moral attitude.
That's correct for 3 points. Sky High School, your main question. Morals define one's
Character.
That's correct for 3 points. Rising Sun, immoral values leads to
Wrongdoings.
correct for 3 points. Okay, Faithful Grace. The sum total of everything you value becomes your
Character.
Sorry, that's incorrect. The question again. That'll be taken out of your time. The sum total of everything you value becomes your
behavior.
Sorry, that's incorrect.
Becomes your value.
No, please, I won't take that. Time up. Okay, Sky, a bonus to you.
Your possession.
That's incorrect, okay? You said value, that's wrong. If I ask you what is a noun and you tell me the definition of a verb, it's wrong. Okay, we are moving on. Excuse me. Sorry, it was supposed to be passed to the next school, which is actually to be taking the next question. I hope you are clear on that. Okay, so Sky High, your main question. Emotions can be categorized as either the question again. Emotions can be categorized as either what and what?
Right and wrong.
That's correct for 3 points. Okay, Rising Sun, your main question. To have a strong feeling of displeasure, resentment, or hostility is known as. Sorry?
Bad behavior.
Sorry, that's incorrect.
Bad moral values.
Sorry, that's also incorrect.
Go to the question again.
The question again. To have a strong feeling of displeasure, resentment, or hostility is known as what?
Negative behavior.
That's incorrect. Okay, Faithful Grace, a bonus to you.
Consideration.
That's incorrect. The actual answer is anger. That can be found in the chapter 2 of the self-control manual. Yes, chapter 2. Okay, let's move on. Faithful Grace, your main question. Sometimes a person's character can be mistaken for his or her. Sometimes a person's character can be mistaken for his or her what?
Personality.
That's correct for 3 points. Sky High. A person's character consists of patterns of behavior that are considered either what and what?
Good or bad.
Okay, I'll give you. That's correct. Rising Sun. Mention 3 things about you that you don't have control over.
Who your parents are, where you come from, and your eye color.
That's correct for 3 points. Okay, Faithful Grace. Knowing that everyone has the right to live in peace, safety, and security, give 1 way that you can demonstrate a positive moral attitude towards your friend in school and at home. 1 way.
Accept the moral behavior of a person.
No, I won't take that.
Accept how someone looks or the appearance of someone.
Okay, I'll give you correct. That's correct. Okay, Sky High. Bullying in general is not normal. As a peaceful solution ambassador in your school, give 1 way you can teach a colleague who is a bully in your school to stop bullying.
By advising the person that everyone is equal, so everyone deserves his or her freedom.
Okay, I'll give him a half mark of 1. But you see, bullying actually does not display respect to others. Okay, it makes others feel inferior. So I was expecting more of that side. Okay. Okay, now, a lack of self-control displayed by any individual results in so many consequences, right? Mention one way that a lack of self-control on your part can affect your friendship with someone.
Okay, so when you have anger in you, and like,
If you have a friend and then you are not self-controlled and you want to do bad things, it can lead you to streetism, and then you can't be friends.
Sorry, it can lead to what?
Streetism.
Okay.
Yes, and when your friend maybe grows to become a great person in future and sees you outside, I'm not sure your friend will help you. So it can lead you to streetism.
Streetism. Can you explain that yourself?
Like you'll be selling by the roadside and you'll be homeless.
I said, how does your lack of self-control affect your friendship with your friend? Your time is even up. A bonus to Faithful Grace.
For example, let's say if I have a friend and that friend does something bad to me, in rage.
Your time is up. When we display a lack of self-control, at times we lose our friendship with others. And there is distrust, especially when it has to do with you stealing. People won't trust you with their belongings around you, leaving it alone. So there's some kind of distrust, you lose friendship. People won't befriend you because you have a bad behavior. I was expecting such things. Okay, Faithful Grace, your main question. Your school is going on an excursion. Your parents denied you permission to go, but your friend Nina offered to pay for you to go because your parents won't be at home to find out. Using the character trait of respect, what will you tell Nina for her to understand you? Your school is going on an excursion. Okay. Your parents denied you permission to go.
Great joy.
But a friend of yours offered to help you to go because your parents won't be around at that time. Now, using the character trait of respect, what will you tell Nina for her to understand you?
I'll tell my friend that if I don't ask permission from my parents, when I come home, I'll be punished.
Okay. Do you think that will convince Nina?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, correct for 3 points. Okay, Sky High. As a teenager, you and your friends sneaked out of the house to the beach. Upon your return, your friend's parents asked of your whereabouts. Your friend has also asked you to tell his parents that you were both at your house. Using a positive character trait such as character, what will you do?
I will either tell the truth, no matter how it is cost.
Ike FM.
Sorry.
That's correct for 3 points. Okay, so this is the last question for this round. Rising Sun. One of your classmates is paralyzed, and because of that, no one wants to be close to him and be his friend. As a student of the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program, how will you use the character trait of acceptance to educate your mates for them to be friends with him?
They have to accept him and treat him equally like they treat everyone.
That's correct for 3 points. I would like to acknowledge that the NCEQ is a project by the PCEF, that's the Peaceful Character Education Foundation, and the PSCEP, that is Peaceful Solution character education program. But we have some sponsors, and I would like to acknowledge them. And that is Nexans Cable Limited. For all your quality electrical cables, Nexans are there for you because they have the highest standards right here in Ghana. We have Ghana Air Premier for all your electrical home appliances and electronics. We also have Everything IT for all your IT equipment. You can contact them. We have Nexville Soft Limited for all your software needs. Nexville Soft, your success, our goal. Then we have iBit Soft Limited for all your micro dynamics and AV software needs. Okay, our media partners streaming live, we have IKE FM 95.4 FM, and we have Awake News Online. Okay, so are you ready for round two? Now, round two is the presentation segment to present whatever you were given already to prepare on. Are you ready? Okay. Okay, so let's see the score. I can see that's competitive. Okay. So we are about to start. I hope you are all ready for that aspect. So let's start with Faithful Grace. Now, Faithful Grace, you are using the character manual to give a presentation on how to tackle the canker of bribery.
Oh yeah? This is real. This is practical. Talk about peace. This is it.
It's okay, it's okay, it's alright. Big solution, the only way.
In our society today. Are you ready? The floor is yours.
Good morning, Judge. Fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. Emmanuel Adoboatin Chairman is my name, a student of Faithful Grace Basic School. And I'm here to give a presentation on bribery, causes of bribery, and how to prevent bribery. First of all, we are going to look at the definition of bribery. And we say bribery is the practicing of offering or receiving something to influence or in order to gain an illicit advantage or unlawful advantage. This means bribery consists of two forms. We have the giver and the taker. The person who gives bribe is called the giver, and the one taking that particular bribe is called the receiver. And we have things which are being given as bribe. 1, we have animals. 2, money. 3, properties. And there are some workers in which they take bribe or give bribe. First, we have the policemen and women, parliamentarians, some vice president and president, and even students. That is when we are given homework to do and we don't perform our responsibilities to do other things. When we come to school, we give it to our friend who has done his or hers to do it for us by giving that person maybe biscuit, toffee, or 50 pesos to influence that person to work or to write your homework for you. And when we are being caught, one person is not only going to face the consequences, but the two of us are going to face the consequences. And in the Constitution of Ghana, bribery is against the law, and anyone who practices bribery must be punished by the law designed for that individual. And we have some causes of bribery. 1, we say bribery is caused by greed. Some people of Ghana engage in bribery due to their selfishness, desire and interest to be rich early. This means people take bribe or give bribe due to their selfishness. They don't want to work for something, or they don't want to sweat to gain something. They want an easy way to get money or to be rich early. So they will go in for bribe so that they'll be rich early. And 2, it can also be caused by winning favors from people. People who engage themselves in bribery is to win the favor given to the people who is receiving the bribe, and he or she knows that he or she will be given this as a reward for performing or doing or working on his favor. People give bribe or people take bribe to win the favor of someone, so that next time when there is an issue, he can bring it back to him to solve that issue for him. So you make sure that you do everything in the right way to make everything go well, and he will be rewarded. Once he knows, he will be rewarded with this thing. So he's going to perform it well. It can be also be caused by lack of control to diagnose corrupt behavior. This means people who take bribe, they are not brave, or they don't have the courage to tell the person giving bribe that it's against the law. So because of that person doesn't have the courage to do that thing, he or she will take the bribe and perform what the person wants. And this is also against the Constitution of Ghana. And why people take bribe? People take bribe because they are not content with what they have. This means people take bribe, that is when they have worked for some months and they are not comfortable with that money given to them. So they will go in for bribe to be comfortable with that money and take care of him or herself and his family. 2, people take bribe to plead the giver in his or her problem. This is that people take bribe to plead the giver in his or her problem, so that next time when there's an issue or any problem given to that individual, it will be given to him back to perform it because he has done first one already. And prevention of bribery. Bribery can be prevented by public education. People must be educated to develop their responsibilities and some moral attitude they should adopt or accept. That is, people must be educated in their society or in the community to have positive attitude, to stop taking bribe, or to accept or adopt positive character into them and to apply it by not taking bribe or giving bribe. 2, law enforcement. The government must make laws to punish those who give and take bribe in the country. This means anyone who take bribe or give bribe must be punished. So if we know these things, that when we give bribe or take bribe, we'll be punished, so we won't go in for bribe. And people who are be caught by giving bribe or taking bribe, they are going to face the consequences to be a deterrent for others, so that next time they won't do that thing again. 3, promote transparency and access to information. This means that all government workers must make their works very clear to the public. This means every individual who works must make everything clear to show that this is how he inherited from his work and things he did to inherit that possession, and must be clear to the public that he or she hasn't taken bribe or given bribe to do everything. And conclusion, due to bribery in our community, we see the poor suffering more than the rich. We should therefore make sure that we all perform our responsibilities and avoid bribe taking. We should all take part in the program in which the PCEF group has brought. This is because it broadens the mind and the heart. Thank you.
Ike FM.
Okay, well done. Iman, you said a whole lot. You've talked, you've said a lot. But the question was, how do we tackle the issue?
You said?
You were given a manual to use on how we can solve this problem. You've given examples. You've mentioned some effects. That's great. But in the end, how do we solve it? You mentioned applying positive attitude. How do we apply positive attitude? Because if I'm ignorant about the program and you are talking about positive attitude, if you don't educate me more on my positive attitude, I wouldn't even do anything about it. So I gave you 1 mark. You were actually talking about responsibility. You were to use character. And even with that, I heard nothing about character. In the character manual, there are many links that can affect bribery. Do you know that if you take the act of bribery on yourself, it can form your genetics and you can give birth and children will follow suit?
Yes.
It's character. You didn't state much about character. So out of 10 marks, I gave you 5 marks.
Self-control, respect, acceptance, responsibility. You know it's a duty, it's not late. Let's move to the class.
Are you ready? Okay. Now listen to your question once more. Using the self-control manual, give a presentation on how to address the problem of open defecation in Ghana. Are you ready? The floor is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, open defecation has been a social canker for a very long time. Members in our communities in Ghana are key actors in these acts, which humiliate their basic existence. On Friday, 9th November 2018, a publication on GhanaWeb.com sought to suggest that 15% of Kumasi residents engage in open defecation. This revelation was made when Mrs. Cecilia Dapa went to inspect the second largest city in Ghana, Kumasi. If Kumasi has 15% of residents engaging in open defecation, what will be the
Ike FM.
What will be the picture in villages then?
Ike FM.
On this same platform, on Tuesday, 24 January 2017, a publication was also said that Ghana was ranked second in open defecation due to social vices. What really broke my heart the most was what I learned on TV3 News, that Ghana stands losing $79 million every year due to open defecation. Jojo Kobna, a Joy News reporter, reported that people openly defecate behind the Cape Coast Castle, and tourists who visit the site were shocked and have vowed never to visit the site or to swim in the sea again. As I always pass by Dome Crossing to school, I realized that the place really smells. So one day, I decided to pass by very early, and I saw that people defecate into the water, both adults and children. Now, what will happen if it rains very heavily? According to Mrs. Catherine Afeku, the Minister of Tourism, open defecation is an attitudinal problem, and we need to fight it to the level where celebrities will be involved. Do we need to involve celebrities in the fight of open defecation? Absolutely no. This is where every individual must be self-controlled or have self-control. Self-control involves controlling our thoughts because thoughts lead to decisions and decisions lead to actions. This is why we came up with the acronym STOP. Before you defecate in an open or before you openly defecate, you must stop to think because Ghana stands losing $79 million every year due to open defecation. You must weigh your options and proceed with appropriate actions. Thank you.
Control, respect, acceptance, responsibility. You know it's a duty, it's not late. Let's move to the classroom for peace on earth. Will only grow if you learn, stick to it. We practice, stop acronym, only
We are grateful. Now, Rising Sun, I'm impressed by your facts concerning open defecation. But about your facts, are you aware that open defecation usually occur around water bodies? You know, Kumasi is not around a water body. Accra is. And all the coastal shores we have, from Tema, Teshi, Nungwa, Going, Choko, Jamestown.
Ike FM.
The recordings are higher there. But I like the fact that you brought our attention that we have attitudinal problems and we have to check it with a STOP acronym. So at the end of it, or out of the 10 marks, I gave you 7. Sky high. Now, let me read your question to the audience. You are using the acceptance manual to give a presentation on how to tackle the canker of ethnicity and tribalism, and also demonstrate how we can live in peace when we accept each other regardless of tribe or ethnicity. Time starts.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Pleasure. I'm from Sky High School. Today's topic for discussion is on ethnicity and tribalism. What is ethnicity? Ethnicity is the state of belonging to a social group which has a common national or cultural difference. What is tribalism? Tribalism is the state of belonging to a tribe of tribal styles. What is acceptance? Acceptance means understanding there are some aspects of life which can and can't be changed. Some ways in which we can coexist with one another in the community are: 1, accepting who they are. When we all accept who we are in the community, it brings development in the community. 2, we should never judge others based on our feeling. This means that when we feel happy and others feel sad, we should never use our own feeling to judge them in the way they feel very bad. 3, avoid or admit their mistakes. Avoiding or admitting their mistakes means that whenever they commit any mistakes, you have not to wait for them to apologize to you. And also, there's a saying, to err is human and to forgive is divine. This means that when we offend anybody due to what we've done, we can ask for apology. When we ask for apology, there's nothing going to be wrong with that. We'll be free. 4, we should always admit or admit their nationality. Example, when a person is from Togo and a person is from Ghana, we should never tease them or admire them on how they speak, or like they are going to feel bad. 5, admitting what they do or their character trait. This means that how they behave, we have to accept it and not disappoint them or discriminate them in anything they do or act. Number 6, accepting their culture. What is culture? Culture is a way a group of people live in one geographical area with a common goal. Some ways in which we can live together in the society are: 1. Accepting their dressing. 2. Accepting their language. 3. Accepting their behavior. 4. Accepting their dressing. And also, can we cast our mind to the Volta region, the Incunya and the Alavanyo? There is, due to the lack of acceptance, there is a curfew going on there. And also, the Dobro and Japekrom, due to the lack of acceptance and accepting how they are, there's also a conflict going on there. When we accept ourselves and others, it makes us unique in the community, and we never lose our hope in anything we are doing. And also, in anything we do, we have to accept one another. We should never be discouraged in anything we are doing. In acceptance, we have to also accept everybody due to their height, how tall they are, how short they are, according to their complexion. No one is too short or too tall. Everyone is the same. And also, we should treat them the way we want them to also treat us. As it says, we should treat them, if we want them to treat us good, we should also treat them good in the way they will treat us good back. Not that we will treat them good and we expect them to treat us bad, or they treat us bad and we expect them to treat us good. And also, accepting yourself or accepting everyone in the community makes you a different, or your culture of lifestyle be different. This means that when we all accept each other in the community or society, we believe and stay in peace without any curfew or conflict. This increases the development in the community or society. When everyone lives in acceptance in the community or society, he or she or everyone in the society live in peace and avoid staying with a curfew with one another. And also, when we live together in the society without any problem, there is a use of development, or there is a place of staying without no conflict. As our country, Ghana, there is peace due to the lack of acceptance, or due to we accept one another, and due to the hostility in our country. So accepting one another, you find a best friend you've never had before. Thank you.
Only person with the righteous, it's man, know the importance of arson, graffiting, all forms of distraction, causing pain, hardship to the nations.
It's
FM.
Pleasure. Oh, it's a pleasure to listen to you. Okay, pleasure. You were able to touch on the PSCEP and also what we are tackling, which is ethnicity and tribalism. I love the fact that you brought up some consequences of our inability to accept others. And I also like the fact that you expounded more on the golden rule of the PSCEP, which is treat others the way you want them to treat you. And I'm very glad you brought that on point. So out of 10 marks, I'll give you 8. So please, let's be reminded once more that the NCEQ is a project by the PCEF and the PSCEP, and it's brought to us by Nexans Cable Limited, Ghana Air Premier, Everything IT, Nextville Soft Limited, iBit Soft Limited, and our media partners, IKE FM 95.4 FM, Awake News Online. Okay?
Solution is what we want.
Okay, listen to yourself, oh you tough today. How you a vagabond for the cup of dog pound. We come with you.
Now in round 3, our contestants are going to either give a poetry or an act of drama on a specific question they've been given already. I hope you know about that. So all the 3 schools, Faithful Grace, Star High, and Rising Sun, are acting on this particular problem, which is now stealing of public funds has become a real problem in Ghana. And there has been a lot of such cases in recent years. Using the PSCEP in a drama or poetry, send a message to all Ghanaians to tackle this problem. You can use any of the PSCEP manuals, be it acceptance, responsibility, respect, self-control, or character. And please, try to focus on changing the behavioral aspect. Okay? If you like, you can tap on responsibility to air your views. And remember, with this one, you have 10 minutes to finish your act or poetry for 10 marks. Okay? So audience, contestants, are we ready?
Oh yeah? This is real. This is practical. Talk about peace. This is it.
It's okay, it's okay, it's alright. Peace solution, the only way. Let it be.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The drama you are about to see from the Rising Sun Montessori School is centered on the misuse of public funds. This drama will display how some people blatantly steal and misappropriate public funds, which are dedicated to undertake public projects. I entreat you all to sit, relax, and enjoy our show. Thank you.
Nana Ebo, Nana Bro, Otutu Tata, Adeshema Hinunio, Nana Ebo, Otutu Tata, Nana Ebo, Nana Betnasi.
Ago, good people of Adeshimine.
Ike FM.
Today marks a very important day in the history of our town. The government has approved a 50 million CD contract to build an ultra-modern hospital in our town, Adeshimine. I will now let the DC give us more details about the contract.
People of Adeshimine, I greet you all. The facility should be completed within 7 months. The first 3 months for the OPD block, pediatric ward, and adult ward. The next 3 months will seek to complete the surgical and labor ward, all fully equipped with a state-of-art machines. The next 1 month will seek to complete the remaining work, which includes the pavement block. Thank you. On my left-hand side is the constructor for this project. Let's welcome him to say something little about it. Thank you.
People of Adeshimine, ask your constructor. I pledge to complete this project within the stipulated time. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable DC. We are grateful.
Thank God we no more have to go all the way to the big city just to buy common paracetamol. Yes.
Nana sorry o. Nana Eko. Nana Bro. Adeshema Hinini o. Otutu Tata. Nana Eko.
Oh, where is Asumeni? I've been here for the past 30 minutes, and he's not here.
Hello, baby.
Why were you late?
Baby, there's a good news.
Good news?
Yes. Do you remember the 50 million contract I told you about?
Yes.
As I'm talking to you now, the money is in my account.
Really?
Yes. Do you remember I told you I'll buy you a car?
Yes.
Yes, of course. So the car is shipping.
Seriously?
Yes.
Thank you. That's why I love you.
Mr. Janefy, do you remember that DCU who came to promise us about the ultra modern hospital? Did that?
I'm even thinking about it. My wife is heavily pregnant, and you know she can give birth at any moment. And there's no proper hospital in this village.
Government and their promises. Government and their big promises.
Mr. Janfi!
Guess what?
Your wife!
My wife, what?
Your wife! She's in labor!
My wife is in labor! Mr. Say, assist me!
Ike FM.
You listen to Ike FM.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You're okay. You'll be fine. Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Oh, my wife. You'll be fine. Oh, you'll be fine. Oh God, have mercy on me. Oh,
Ike FM.
You'll be okay. Oh, stop saying that. Hey, you're a dead woman, oh. Doctor, what's going on?
Mr. James is going to be very ideal to refer your wife to a district hospital, which is 80 kilometers away.
What do you mean?
We don't have the right tools and material. Excuse me, sir.
Oh, my wife. Oh, God. Please save my baby. Oh, please.
Ike FM. Ike FM.
Doctor, what?
Mr. James, I'm sorry, there's nothing we could do.
Let me call this Honorable DC. Hello, good morning. This is the Honorable DC. I'm calling to tell you about the hospital project. 4 months now, I've never seen none of your contractors at the site. And many of our people are dying. And I want you to do something about it. I said do something about it. Bye-bye.
Hey, so for about 4 months now, this contractor hasn't started the project. Oh, see the trouble he has put me in. Okay, I know what to do. I'm going to call the police.
Ike FM.
Hello, is this at the Shemai police station? I need 2 policemen right now. This is the Honorable DCE speaking. Thank you.
Ike FM.
I put the policeman from the Shemai police station. We need to make an arrest. Follow me.
Ike FM.
Court rise. Your Lordship, Judge Listowell. Case number 224/18. The state versus Mr. Asomani, the contractor. Stealing and misappropriation of public funds. On this date, 24th September 2018, you were awarded a contract worth 50 million Ghana cedis to build an ultra-modern health facility for the people of Adeshimai. And you were to complete within 7 months as stipulated in the contract. 9 months down the line, the project has not been executed. There are clear physical evidence prove to the fact that the vegetation on the allocated land has not been cleared. Secondly, you have constantly time and again to heed to the demand of the DCE, which borders on executing the contract. These all come to prove that you have ignored the terms of the contract. Your financial records from your bank indicate that the said amount of the contract was paid in full, and this money has been withdrawn either by you or any of your assignees. Hitherto, the health facility has not been constructed. I am by this slap you with deliberate misappropriation of public funds.
Mr. Sumeni, do you have anything to say?
My Lord, we are here today not to dispute the fact that my client, Mr. Sumeni, has misappropriated public funds. We are here only to ask for a grace period of 10 years to raise funds to be able to build a facility for the people of Adeshiman.
Madam DCE, do you have anything to say?
Yes.
My Lord, we have had enough of what my colleague is saying. We have had enough of what my colleague is saying. I plead with the court that you take this case as a test case to serve as a deterrent to public officials who misuse public funds. We therefore ask the court to mete out any punishment deemed appropriate.
I have had enough of both counselors, and now this is my verdict. I find you, Mr. Sumeni, guilty for deliberately misappropriating public funds. Number 2, for deliberately stealing public funds. Number 3, for depriving the people of Adeshiman's public health care, which has resulted in the death of a mother and a child. You are therefore surcharged to pay the full amount of 50 million Ghana cedis, which was given to you for the contract. And you are going to spend 20 years with hard labor.
Sorry, Atumeni, I'm very sorry.
That's right.
Ike FM.
From the drama we just watched, we realized that the contractor took the people for granted and did not use public funds judiciously. The moral lesson here is that public officials must execute projects which they have been allocated funds for. If public officials are not responsible for their actions, it may lead to the loss of lives of the citizens, as it happened in Adeshiman in the play we just watched. Many Ghanaians have lost their lives due to this problem of stealing and misappropriating public funds. We must not allow it to continue. Thank you.
I hope the contestants are around. Where are they? You leave the chairs. I just want to give them their score and they go back to the audience. Nana Ajua Jemfi and Rich Love Amponsa. Okay. Now, you are asked to send a message to tackle the problem, not to tell us the problem. We already know the problem. I'm a Ghanaian. We are all Ghanaians. We know where the problem is. How do we solve it? That was the question. Now, your content of delivery was okay. The props, acts, everything were on point. So you did well. There was no knowledge of the peaceful solution character education program. You were rather re-emphasizing the problem to us. So you didn't get any score for knowledge on PSCEP. Your confidence and style was great. There was a great effect on the audience also. So with a total of that, you were able to attain 7 marks out of 10. Okay, now our next school, Sky High.
FM.
Now they're also dealing with the same problem, and I'd like to read it for those who have lost sight of the question. Okay, so stealing of public funds has become a real problem in Ghana, and there has been a lot of such cases in recent years. Using the PSCEP in a drama or poetry, send a message to all Ghanaians to tackle this problem. You can use any of the PSCEP manuals, but please focus on changing the behavioral aspect. You can also use responsibility to tackle the issue. It's very much acceptable. Are they ready?
My name is Princess Asari, and I'm from Sky High Preparatory School. Today, we are going to present a drama on how to stop public funds in Ghana and how to stop stealing of public funds in Ghana. In Ghana, stealing of public funds has become the order of the day. People stole public funds without thinking about others. They stole public funds for their own benefit. Before one could steal public funds, it is due to his or her irresponsibility and lack of self-control. Recently, Mr. Fusaini Hamza in the northern region has been sentenced 12 years in prison for stealing 2.5 million Ghana cedis, all because he wasn't able to control his thoughts, his feelings and action, and also he was irresponsible. And this has led a consequence for him to be in prison for 12 years. Stay back and watch, and you understand what I'm trying to say better.
Hey, see my girlfriend. See how beautiful she is. See how nice she is. Yes, who is there? The door is open. Please, you can come in.
Good morning, Mr. Idrisu.
Good morning, Madam Gloria. Please, you can have a seat.
Thank you. Today, I'm from the Ministry of Road and Housing, and I've been sent to issue this check to you for the construction of the Medina Adenta Highway footbridge.
Oh, please, fine. As this money has been given to me, the work will be done within a slow and given time. It will be done very fast and quick.
Okay, I'll take my leave now.
Thank you. Wow, this big amount of money, am I going to use to build construction of road? Never. Over my dead body, I'm never going to do that job. I'm going to even call my girlfriend and tell her we are going to book a ticket at Dubai.
Good day, listeners. It's 11 o'clock a.m. and it's time for the major news at 11. You're listening to this news live on Sky FM 93.6. This news is proudly sponsored by Sky High Preparatory School. It's time for the bulletin news. In the headlines, a schoolgirl has been knocked down by a vehicle on the Medina Adenta Highway footbridge. Now let's move into the details. A schoolgirl from the West African Senior High School has been knocked down by a vehicle on the Medina Adenta Highway footbridge. And did you know Mr. Idrisu, which was the constructor, was given an amount of 250,000 Ghana cedis to construct this highway, but he rather escaped with the money with his girlfriend to enjoy in Dubai. Fortunately, he has been arrested by the police and has been sentenced 25 years imprisonment by the Accra High Court. All this because of his irresponsibility and lack of self-control. If he was responsible, he would have taken his duty serious to build the highway. But because he was irresponsible, he didn't build it. Also, he wasn't able to control his thoughts and his actions, and he ran away with the money. So listeners, I'll use this opportunity to advise all of us to be responsible for our duties and also have self-control in order to avoid any negative behavior. Thank you.
Oh yeah? This is real. This is practical. Talk about peace. This is it.
It's okay, it's okay, it's alright. Peace solution, the only way.
Due to my irresponsible act, I have been sentenced to go to prison for about 25 years, and this has been a great job for me to do, and have spent the money used instead of used to build the highway. So I urge everyone here to be responsible to the duties assigned to one another in the society. Please, thank you.
Okay, Sky High, thank you for your presentation. Now, first and foremost, I like your content of delivery. It was quite simple and precise. And it's a current problem which is trending now. And I commend you for that. So for your content of delivery, you got a full mark there. And you were focused on changing the behavioral aspect. You were tapping on responsibility. You were tapping on using self-control to think of what our actions will lead to. You told us about the WAS student who lost her life due to someone's irresponsibility and decided to use public funds assigned for such projects as making footbridges and other road tools to avoid this kind of accident. So for that, I also give you a full mark on knowledge of the PSCEP. I also saw that the audience were enjoying what they were listening, as well as myself. Though your confidence level was not that high, I still gave you a half mark. So in total, you got 9 marks out of 10. Okay, so we are left with Faithful Grace to give us whatever they have for us before we finish our last round, our third round. Your question says, stealing of public funds has become a real problem in Ghana, and there has been a lot of such cases in recent years. Using the PSCEP in a drama or poetry, send a message to all Ghanaians to tackle this problem. You can use any of the PSCEP manuals, but please focus on changing the behavioral aspect, as well as you can use responsibility to tackle the issue. You have 10 minutes to finish your act and to be awarded 10 marks for that. Shall we start?
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sawanu Ruby from Faithful Grace Basic School. The drama you are about to watch is based on how people steal public funds and how these problems can be tackled. Please fasten your seat belts
and relax. Sit and watch how interesting this drama is. Thank you very much.
Secretary, bring my document.
Yes, sir. Please, here is it.
Thank you. Let me go through.
Good afternoon, Secretary.
Good afternoon.
Please, Mr. President around.
Yes, he is.
Can I see?
Oh, is there any problem?
This is the MOU for the Domi Kwabena Road construction.
Okay. Mr. President, please, here is the MOU for the Domi Kwabinya constituency.
The road construction project. Then let me go through. Okay, the stakeholders, Minister of Finance. Let me sign it. You can send it. Tell him I will be expecting a better job.
Yes,
you know we are here to work. You can go.
Yes, it's he has.
Okay, thank you. This Mr. President, how can I use just 2 billion Ghana cedis for road construction? Let me budget on how to spend this money. My girlfriend needs a new car. My children need to study abroad. I also have to chill with my friends.
Eight months later.
Secretary.
Yes.
Secretary.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Do you know something? Go to Domi Kwabena constituency and check whether the road leading from Ashoman Estate to Domi has been well constructed, and give me the feedback as soon as possible.
Yes, sir, I'll do that for you.
You can go.
Mr. President, please, the road leading from Ashoman to Kwabena hasn't been constructed.
Is that what?
I said the road leading from Ashoman Estate to Domi hasn't been constructed.
You know something? Arrange a meeting for me and the special prosecutor immediately.
Please calm down. And with the look of things, I don't think the MP for Domi Kwabena constituency is even making an attempt to construct the road.
You can go.
Yes, sir.
This minister spent the public fund. Oh God, help me.
Knocking.
Come in.
Please, you called for me and I'm here.
You can have your seat.
Thank you.
Special prosecutor, do you know something?
No.
The minister for road and transport came to my office for me to approve the MOU, which is the Memorandum of Understanding, and I approve it. But yes, still nothing done. I want you to call the IGP and go to his house and arrest him. And make sure you can go.
Yes, sir. I will do everything in the right way.
Hey, don't hold me. Mr. President, good afternoon. Please, may I have a seat?
No, stand. You spend the public money, then you want to sit down. You have the audacity to come to my office for me to approve the MOU. But yet still nothing has been done. Why?
Mr. President, I mismanaged the money.
You said what?
I mismanaged the money.
What do you mean by that? Do you know the meaning of what he did? Others will be involved in accident. IGP, do you know something? Send him to jail and make sure he suffered. Do you know something? I will see you at court tomorrow to serve as a deterrent for others. What do you mean? Take him away. Secretary. Hurry up.
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir. How may I be of help to you?
You know something? Call me lawyer Emmanuel Adoboati Chairman immediately.
Yes, sir.
Oh God.
Lawyer, please, the
This
president
MP is not responsible.
Mr. President, you sent for me.
Yes. Lawyer Emmanuel Ado, do you know something? The MP of Domiko Abenya, Minister of Roads and Transport, came to my office for me to approve the MOU. But yes, still nothing has been done.
What?
You know something? We are sending him to court tomorrow, and I want you to be the lawyer in charge of that case.
Mr. President, thank you for having great faith in me, and I will do everything in my power so that he will be jailed. And Mr. President, I want to ask you a little bit of questions.
I'm ready, but hurry up.
Mr. President, when did the minister came here?
27th May 2018.
All right. What time did he come here?
12 o'clock.
Okay. Did he come to your office straight away?
No, he gave the MOU to my secretary
for
me to approve it.
Thank you. The questions are all right. And I'll make sure he will be jailed. Thank you.
Mr. Lawyer, wait. I don't want what the minister did to me, you repeat the same thing. Do you know something?
Yeah.
I'll be expecting a better job from you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
You can go. Oh, let me take my special.
Ike FM.
Lawyer Emmanuel, approve your case.
Thank you, my Lord. My Lord, on behalf of the general public, I'm raising against Mr. Dennis, who is the Minister of Road and Transport, for stealing a public fund.
Objection, my lord. My client here was doing other things which prevented him from doing the work.
Objection overruled.
My Lord, according to the intermediate series, the responsibility unit, what my learned colleague here is saying is termed as procrastination. This means to put off your duties or to ignore your duties to do other things. Thank you, my Lord.
I've heard you. Mr. Dennis, you are found guilty of stealing the public fund. So I hereby sentence you to 20 years in prison with hard labor. Audience, this is one way of finding solution to stealing of public funds, by punishing the offenders and to serve as a deterrent to others. Everyone given responsibility to make sure he or she does what he's supposed to do and have a positive attitude towards your responsibility. Thank you.
Let's all help to fight against stealing of public funds. PCEF.
Control, respect, acceptance, responsibility. You know it's a duty, it's not late. Let's move to the classroom for peace on earth. Will only go if you learn.
Judge or lawyer, be there. Okay.
Ike FM.
It's still the same story. Somebody didn't do what he or she was supposed to do at the given time, right? Okay. So your effect on the audience was quite okay because I realized they were following you. But your confidence was quite shaky. Now your content of delivery was not that much. So you didn't attain a full mark for that part. Now, knowledge of PCEF came in later when I saw the court session about procrastination. I said, the knowledge you displayed about the PSCEP regarding to your act was only displayed when
FM.
the lawyer explained procrastination. And when you just finished, he was talking about being responsible. But the question says, focus on what we have to do. There are many people in prison who went there because they stole public funds. And when they are released, they still come back to steal public funds. So are you telling me send the person to jail will solve the issue? What if another minister is elected and that person too also does the same thing? Then the cycle goes round and round. The focus is what do we do so that monies or whatever funds are intended for whatever projects must be used as they are intended and supposed to be within the given time period they are supposed to be done.
Ike FM.
So your knowledge about PSCEP, I'm sorry, I gave you only 1 mark out of 3. So in total, you were able to attain 6 out of 10 marks.
Come more with peace, unity, integrity, moral traits. At us of today, no, not a damn case. How can your people be of blessings time?
This is the end of round 3. I'll allow my scoremaster to tally everything for us to see what each school got at the end of round 3. Okay, so at the end of round 1, 2, and 3, let's listen to the scores. It's clearly visible, but let's listen. Faithful Grace scored a total of 26 marks. Sky High scored 33 marks. And our host school, Rising Sun Montessori, scored 26 marks. So at the end of this first group stage, Sky High emerged as the winners. Can we clap for them? Now, it doesn't end there. It means that Sky High has to back up their game at the finals to take the ultimate prize. But sorry enough, Rising Sun and Faithful Grace are opted out.
Give it up for them.
Okay. So, please clap. They've done so very well. It's not easy. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the first group stage. Hopefully next year we pray you make it up like you expected to be. So well done for putting in all your best. We hope for the best next year. Okay, so audience, we will now go for a quick break. Then we go to our second group stage. Thank you.
Self-control, respect, acceptance, responsibility. You know it's a duty, it's not late. Let's move to the classroom for peace on earth. Will only go if you learn, stick to it. We practice, stop acronym, only proceed with the righteous. You know it's a man, know the importance of arson, graffiting, all forms of distraction, causing pain, hardship to the nations.
It's okay, it's okay, it's alright.